Today we're going to be talking about how to clean the Azato Top Load 7kg washing machine. And so in the first part I'm going to be talking about cleaning out all the filters, and then for the second part I'm going to be talking about how to use chemicals to your advantage to make the washing machine clean itself. And this pretty much runs true for pretty much every washing machine that is out there. And so with that, I don't want to waste your time, so let's get right into it. And so part one, the filters. In your washing machine you actually have a total of 3 filters. And so one being for the inlet filters. Now for this one you don't really need to worry about it too much if you live in an area where the water that comes out of the mains is pretty clean and clear. So I'm not really going to bother talking about that. And so the other 2 filters that I'll be talking about will be the filter that catches the lint, or the lint filter, and the pump filter, which is basically the last line of defense for the washing machine's water pump to stop foreign objects from getting into it, which would obviously destroy the pump. And so I'll start first by talking about the pump filter, as this one is pretty much the hardest one to clean. And so the purpose of this pump filter is to stop items, say like screws or coins, from getting into the water pump. And furthermore to this, if the lint filter has failed for whatever reason or hasn't been cleaned out often enough, quite often you'll find a lot of lint in this filter as well. If enough lint is built up onto this pump filter, you'll find that you actually get an error code which will prevent the machine from running until you've cleared this filter. And so to clean this filter, it is a 6-step process. And so step 1, get a tray and a towel and then put it under where the filter area is. Step 2 is to take the filter out by spinning it anti-clockwise, or otherwise known as lefty-loosey. Step 3 is to remove all of the wet lint and also the foreign object and debris that have been sort of caught in the filter. And so you can do this by running the garden hose outside so it's not getting caught up in the plumbing systems of the other parts of your house. Step 4, just completely wipe down this filter almost to the point where it looks like it's brand new. And now step 5, put the convex plate in to align with the pump hole, and then step 6, screw it back in via the clockwise direction, or righty-tighty. And so that's the hard filter out of the way, but now let's move on to one of the easier filters, and this one being the lint filter. Now according to the manual, this should be done about every 10 washes. Although I'm preaching that we should all be doing this, I can't preach too much because I haven't even been doing this myself. And so this one doesn't really require too much expertise. You basically just find it in the inside of the washing machine here. You sort of just pull it out, open it up, use the garden hose outside, wipe it down, and then put it back in and you're good as new. And so now we'll move on to the second part of this video, where I talk about how you can use chemicals to have the machine wash itself. And so to achieve this, I'll tell you up front a few things that you'll need to be aware of. And so the first one being is that you have to be able to run 2 cycles on hot water, and also you'll need baking soda or borax, and which is what I've used in my case. You'll need dish soap, you'll need vinegar, and you'll need some paper towels. And so now let's get into the first cycle and what you need to do to prepare the machine for it. Alright, so the first step to do is to pour in a little bit of dish soap, and then pour in a little bit of baking soda, and you put it onto the shortest cycle that uses hot water that you can select on the machine. And then you're basically good to go and you get to start a machine. And it's actually that easy. The reason being for this is that with the dish soap and also the bicarb soda or borax, it works in 2 ways. Is that they are an alkaline cleaner, which is basically designed to remove organic stains. Organic stain basically meaning that it originated from something that was at one stage living, so the majority of stains. And so it attacks it on a chemical basis. Now with the bicarb soda, the way that this works is that it is an abrasive cleaner. And so if you imagine on a very small basis, on a level that's kind of too small to see with the naked eye, it'll actually be scratching away stains. So as the water's moving and swirling away, it's almost like it's getting shot with a pellet of sand to scratch away the little smaller stains. And so now with that first cycle complete, we can now move on to the second cycle, and this one will need vinegar. And so in this particular case, you get your paper towels, you put a bit of vinegar on it, and you just wipe around all the machine, or basically all the areas that you can access with your hands. And then at this stage, we just start the washing machine on another hot cycle with the minimum amount of time that it needs for that hot cycle as well. And so the way that this one works is that vinegar is actually an acetic cleaner, which is perfect for removing inorganic stains. So that means stains that have come from things that are not living. And so a great example of this being calcium spots or rust or things like that. And vinegar is also a bit of a good window cleaner as well, which is why I did this one last, because for whether it be a front load washing machine or a top load washing machine, it'd kind of be good just to get rid of some of those water stains that you can see from the inside as well. And so you start that cycle, and then as that cycle is running, you give the outside a bit of a wipe down as well, just so it's looking all neat, clean and tidy for you. And that's basically all there is to it. And I know some of the people who are very efficiency minded right now will be thinking, but why can't you just put the vinegars in at the same time as what you've put in the bicarb soda and the dish soap? And that is actually a good legitimate question. And so if you were to do this, you'd find that the properties from the vinegar and the properties from the dish soap and bicarb soda would actually neutralize each other. Because the way that both of these compounds work is pretty much in opposite ways, where they attack different types of stains and sort of the opposite directions. And so if you were to put them in at the same time, you'll find that the two compounds actually neutralize each other, and it pretty much make it no more effective at cleaning than just water is. I mean, sure, you'll still get the abrasive benefits from the bicarb soda, little scratchy bits as it's cleaning away, but as far as the benefit of an acidic cleaner versus an alkaline cleaner, it'll all be neutralized. And so that's why you do it in two separate loads, so the two chemicals can do what they do basically. So anyway, that's it. And now you have a perfectly clean washing machine that is both clean and the filters are clear and good to go again. And don't forget to replace that lint filter every 10 washes. Thanks for watching.